In a move that's shaking up local TV news, Sinclair Broadcast Group has taken control of ABC6 in Rhode Island, but the fallout is already sparking questions about the future of local journalism. Imagine this. Two beloved on-air personalities, meteorologist Kelly Bates and sports anchor Nick Coit, are suddenly out of work after Sinclair acquired key assets from WLNE, the station they called home. But here's where it gets tricky. Sinclair claims it wants to deliver distinctive content, yet it's replacing the very people who made ABC6 a familiar face in southern New England. Is this a necessary step for modernizing local news, or a troubling trend in media consolidation? Let's break it down. Sinclair, which already owns WJAR, NBC10, recently finalized a deal to take over non-licensed assets from WLNE, ABC6's parent station. The acquisition, confirmed via a Joint Sales and Shared Services Agreement, JSA-SSA, allows Sinclair to streamline operations between the two stations. But this isn't just about paperwork, it's about people. Bates and Coit, both with deep roots in the region, have publicly announced their departures. Bates, a multiple-time award-winning meteorologist, called the situation a redundancy after returning to ABC6 just 2 years ago. Coit, who spent over a decade covering major sports events, described the transition as bittersweet. And this is the part most people miss. These JSAs and SSAs are more than just business jargon. They're a loophole in FCC rules that prevent outright ownership of competing networks like ABC and NBC. While mergers are off the table, agreements like these let companies consolidate resources without technically violating regulations. But does that really serve the community? Sinclair spokesperson Jessica Bellucci insists the move will strengthen connections to local communities, yet she declined to comment on job losses. Meanwhile, Bates and Coit are now job seekers, urging employers to consider their experience. If a resume crosses your desk from ABC6, do yourself a favor and hire them, Bates wrote on social media. Let's put this into perspective. WLNE and WJAR both operate in the Providence, New Bedford market, a region where local news anchors like Bates and Coit have become household names. Bates, for instance, returned to the airwaves in 2022 after a high-profile contract dispute with NBC10, proving her value to audiences. Coit, a lifelong Southern New Englander, built a career covering everything from Super Bowls to college sports, even hosting a popular radio show. Their sudden exits raise a critical question. When stations prioritize efficiency over expertise, who pays the price? Now, here's a controversial angle. Critics argue that JSAs and SSAs are just a backdoor way to monopolize local news without the scrutiny of a full merger. Sinclair's acquisition of WLNE's assets could set a precedent for similar moves in other markets. Supporters, however, might say this is about adapting to a digital age where traditional TV needs to cut costs. Where do you stand? Is this a smart business strategy or a threat to the diversity of local journalism? As for the future of ABC6, viewers can still tune in for shows like Dancing with the Stars and The Golden Bachelor. Those aren't going anywhere. But the human faces behind the news? That's the part that's up in the air. So what do you think? Should local stations prioritize cost-cutting, or should they protect the talent that keeps communities connected? Share your thoughts below. After all, your voice matters in shaping the future of local media.